We're live. You see, I went live a few seconds early, so they heard you going, push the button, Steve, push the button, push the button. Like, you're like the opposite of Dr. Forrester on Mystery Science Theater, because he would say, push the button, Frank, at the end of the episode. And you say push the button at the beginning.
I was thinking it was like a kid on Christmas morning, and the parents have been like, no, go back to bed. It's not Christmas yet. Like, is it Christmas? Is it Christmas? Is it Christmas? Are we live? Did you push the button? Are we live?
Yeah. So how are you?
Perpetually tired.
I know this.
Yeah, I've got a lot going on right now, but it's all stuff that tomorrow's going to be really full. So I think I have everything that I need, because I'm actually going to be leaving school like 2 minutes early, just so that I can get ahead of the line of cars. It's going to be like picking students up, heading out, picking students up, heading out. And then they get down to the street and it backs up because they got to wait for traffic to clear. I'm like, I got to get clear of that, because I need to take my paperwork over to the amusement park so I can turn that in. Oh, pizza. You're safe. Someone made me a cheesy pita bread. I'm going to start with that. So yeah, I'm leaving a little bit early to turn my paperwork for the amusement park, because I'm not the whole time. But after the show closes, I'm going to have a week off for fall break. And then that weekend, I'm not doing anything. And then the next 2 weekends at the end of October, I'm going to help out with the haunt there. So that's going to be fun. And then from there, I'll go straight to the union meeting. And then from there, I'll go straight to play practice.
And then
I'll get to come home. That's tomorrow. But I'm not getting up early to exercise. So yeah, it should be okay. But I was like, oh crap. I'm like, I have to make sure that I leave a little bit early, because otherwise I'm going to be late to the union meeting. And I've got to leave. The union meeting supposed to be over at 5:30, which should, if we stop then, that gives me plenty of time to get to play practice by 6:30, which I think is when it's supposed to start. I hope it's not supposed to start at 6, because if that's the case, I'm going to be a little bit late.
After the play is done, and after the election's over.
Oh, and after the election. Okay.
You should make a bargain with yourself. You should do a favor. You should give yourself a gift and say no more new stuff for the rest of the year, at least, if not longer. Because, and I say this as a friend and as someone who has heard you begin almost every conversation we've had for the last year, at least, with, I'm tired.
So tired.
You're always tired, and you're always telling me you're tired because you do so many things. So for the rest of the year, after the play is over and after the election is behind us, no more additional activities, no more commitments beyond what you've already committed to for the rest of the year. It's only like another month at that point. 2 months, once we get past the election. Less than 2 months, roughly 2 months.
I think I can do that, because I think I already have something planned for that time. Next semester, I start the new elective. So like that's taking up my brain space.
Which is a school thing, which you have to do. So that's fine.
Yep. Right, but I don't have to do it outside of school time. But outside of school time, I'm going to rest so that during my planning time, I can really, pop those ideas out there. So yeah, but yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, I can, that fits there and that fits there. It's all about, not trying to be in 2 different places at the same time. That doesn't actually work.
No, physically, I believe that's impossible. Although, according to the double slit experiment, perhaps not. But I don't think it works the same for us as it works for electrons.
Probably not. Although we have electrons in us, I have heard.
Yes. But
David, I'm glad you got the audio fixed and it's all working out. Woo-hoo!
It'll be a lot easier. You'll get a lot more out of this if you can hear us.
Mr. I love the answer. I don't know what I'll be wearing to the union meeting. I have not decided what I'm wearing. So it's homecoming week. And today apparently was dress as your type day, which I don't really get. But if you
Dress as
like
your
cowboys,
type, okay, like
the
your
type of
romantic
person that you
type.
like. Yeah, I think so. Well, anyway, like I get up in the morning and I'm just like bleed. I'm like, okay, what am I wearing today? And I just put it on. Or even like if the night before, ideally, I'll be like, okay, I gotta wear something tomorrow. What's it gonna be? So I have it ready so I can just stumble out of bed, put clothes on,
Yeah.
hair away off face, brush hair, brush teeth, go. You know. And like, so this is the third day of homecoming week. Haven't yesterday, coincidentally, I think I was supposed to wear pink, even though it was Tuesday. I don't really know. They're like,
And you
oh,
just so happen to be wearing it.
well, I mean, I was like, okay, that's the thing. But I'm like, pink is a Wednesday thing. Everybody knows this. On Wednesdays, we wear pink. Anyway, so
I don't know.
people are like, I like your dress. I'm like, that's, yeah, it's twirly and it has dinosaur, and I'm wearing my dinosaur earrings too. And inevitably, I would say it because I'm like, I like what I wear. And people are like, so you're into dinosaurs? I'm like, everybody's into dinosaurs. I'm like, oh, wait, oh, no, homecoming. No, not like that. No.
I would make a point when I was in high school, I would make it a point. I would put in a conscious effort not to do anything Spirit Week related. Whatever color we were supposed to wear, I would make sure I was not wearing that color that day. I hate stuff like that. I hate like forced community building, like, let's all wear the same color and show our school spirit. Fuck you, man. Like if people don't have school spirit, don't try to force them to have it. Like I did that kind of like compulsory merriment. I hate that.
Well, like, I mean, people are, the whole dress is your type thing. Really, I was like, besides, I have no idea how it, they're like, well, what's your type? I'm like, I don't know. Kindness.
Yeah, well, how do you express that through an outfit?
Yeah, exactly.
Good sense of humor? Like, what does that mean?
And,
how do I dress like a person with a good sense of humor?
In my case, patience. Anybody dealing with me got to have a lot of that. So, yeah, I'm like, I have no idea how I would wear that. No clue. I'm like, so this worked out well. Dinosaurs, yay! I'm also wearing my yellow vinyl combat boots with that I snapped the laces on and replaced them with rainbow ribbon. So they're very bright and cheerful. It was, I mean, it rained yesterday afternoon and then again overnight. So, I mean, I wore them because it's muddy, but it just, the outfit's kind of quirky and fun. So
Mr. I Love the Ant says, what if your type is high school aged teens? Well, that wouldn't be a problem if you are a high school aged teen. You just dress how you would normally dress.
There you go.
That would be great. Of the faculty, if you're a member of the faculty, you should maybe, first of all, keep it to yourself. Second of all, maybe consider a career change.
So funsies, today I did a lesson on dystopia, on the development of dystopia as a genre with high school freshmen. So I pared it down as much as I could, but I did talk about, Thomas More's Utopia and just that it comes from topos and that it's Greek. And so it's a little bit different because like eu and you are very similar, but they're not the same. And I talked about how Greek letters, a lot of them are the same as our letters. It's a precursor to the Roman alphabet. But there are also some letters that we don't have, such as delta and sigma and theta. And so I put them up on the board, and then somebody says, did you just say sigma? I'm like, yes, this is a sigma. Any questions? Teenagers.
Good thing you didn't get to ligma. The less funny you find it, the more funny I find it.
Ain't that the truth?
The less you laugh, the funnier it is to me. And honestly, some of the funniest, some of the most, because like when we talk, I mean, here in front of people and just in private when it's just the two of us, I mean, you are legitimately a really funny person. Like, you're a really funny person and you make me laugh a lot. But some of the times that make me laugh the hardest when I'm talking to you is when I say something that I think is hilarious and
No.
you give me nothing. Like, there's just like, if we're on the phone, it's just silence. Like, it's nothing. And I find that so funny. I find that so funny. And the fact that you are not amused at all
Nope.
just fucking kills me. So, yeah.
And I'm really not the sort to just laugh because the attempt was made.
No, which I appreciate, because I've known people who are the opposite of that, people who laugh at everything. And at first that sounds kind of nice, like, oh, they laugh at all your jokes. No, it's terrible, because once you catch on to the fact that they laugh at everything, then it becomes meaningless. It's like, what do you you know, so you're just laughing because you're laughing. Like,
Yep.
you're not laughing because I made you laugh because you thought it was funny. You're just laughing to be polite. Yeah. I never have to worry about that with you. I never ever.
I do not care at all
That
about
is
just
one.
being just following the rules. Man, now I am aware of them, and so like Miss Manners has actually said that the purpose of good manners is to make sure that everyone feels welcomed and valued, to put other people at ease. And I totally get that. So that's why, like, if somebody, like, it's the 10-second rule. If somebody has something going on with their appearance that they can fix in 10 seconds, you tell them. Otherwise, you just let it ride. You just don't say anything about it. You just,
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
if somebody's got spinach in their teeth, you pull them aside, you tell them quietly, da, da, da.
Yeah.
So, but the same sort of thing if somebody picks up the wrong fork at dinner, you don't point it out.
No.
Because to draw attention to them in a way that makes them uncomfortable, even though they're the one breaking the rule of which fork you're supposed to use, to draw attention to them in a way that makes them uncomfortable, you're being even more rude. So,
Well, and also that's, like, those kinds of silly etiquette rules are bullshit anyway. Like, if you're the kind of person who cares whether or not someone uses the right fork at dinner, then why am I hanging out with you to begin with? It's like, okay, this isn't going to work out. Like, who gives a shit?
Well, I mean, only in my case, only for like practical considerations. Like, there's a reason that like a caviar spoon is a caviar spoon, and or certain types of cutlery are used
Right.
specifically. Yeah,
but right, but it's like, are you? Yeah, if you're eating your salad with the long fork instead of the short. Well, who gives a fuck? What is just? Why do you even care?
Well, because they might stab their tongue. The salad, lettuce leaves are very thin, Steve.
Oh, of course, it's a concern for their safety.
Completely. We talked about that. We talked about safety. In the dystop. Well, I talked about it. They were actually really, really, I don't know, polite or what, but they didn't just chit chat over it when I was talking about early dystopias. And apparently, Jack London, who wrote Call of the Wild and some other stuff, also wrote the first English dystopian novel, which I don't remember, but it's on the notes. And I want to look it up, in 1908, and it's kind of a precursor to like Upton Sinclair's The Jungle, because it's about the oppression of workers. I was like, okay, interesting. So I'm curious to see what that is. And I talked about how it looks like early dystopia is a pushback, a result of the Industrial Revolution. People looking around saying, okay, so we have all this technology, great. Who's benefiting from it? Because factory work was really dangerous. People died because they didn't have the worker protections and the safety features that we do now. People, died at work because it wasn't safe. So we talked about workplace safety in class, in English
there
class.
You go. Oasis, yes, we are not skipping the recap. When we watch the episode Correct. Here in a few minutes, we are starting at 0. We're watching the recap and then going straight into the episode.
We're doing Alice's Tea Party. Start at the beginning, and when you get to the end, stop.
Great advice.
I know. It's
Words
so
to
good,
live
isn't it?
by, really.
Really.
255 AD says, yesterday I made my family an hour late for a dinner reservation because I went to look at a Roman fort, then got lost in the town. Our vacation riverboat is docked. What a tragedy. What a terrible tragedy.
I'm curious though, 255 AD, did you get to have dinner? And like did the restaurant that you, or wherever you had the dinner reservation, did they serve you dinner, or
Yeah, did they
if
honor
not,
the
what did you
reservation, or
do?
did they say
What
you're an
happened?
hour late? Fuck you. By the way, Orc with a Bow says first stream visit. Let's go. Well, we're welcome. Glad you could make
Hooray.
it.
Also,
We're
Orc with a Bow, you need to have Deep Space Nine queued up for yourself, because we don't
yes.
show it here because they would be like, no, 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 can't do
No,
that.
they don't like that. No, they don't like that. We don't have the right. We don't have the right. We don't have the rights.
Yeah. So like in
Yeah.
just a little while, all of this fun stuff will go away, and it'll just be us staring at the screen.
The occasional snarky
The occasional,
comment,
yeah, yeah,
and
those.
and you talking over the episode to respond to something completely unrelated in the chat.
It's in the chat. This is the important part. I could watch the episode on my own, okay?
It's my favorite part of this show is that we'll be watching. You do it with Poirot too. We'll be watching whatever we're watching, and you'll just be talking for like 1 or 2 or 3 minutes at a time about something completely unrelated to the show because somebody in chat mentioned something.
The show is less important to me than the people we're here with.
Okay.
So there.
Okay. Snakebit Cat makes a good point in the chat. Silverware etiquette only exists because rich people wanted to make poor people feel bad.
Oh yeah, they wanted to show that they could afford to have like 7 gold-plated forks and 3 gold-plated spoons.
Exactly. Look how rich I am, motherfucker. I got a spoon for everything. Think I'm going to use the same spoon for the entire meal? Like hell.
A coffee spoon is not the same as a teaspoon.
No, even though there's really no reason why you would need separate spoons for that, because I mean, who has tea and coffee? You have one or the other. It's not like the meal is over and the waiter comes around and says, "Would you like coffee or tea?" And somebody goes, "Oh, give me both." That never happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never quietly listen. I just wait for a chance to get a zinger. If I'm quietly listening, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for my moment.
I don't know if you quietly do anything.
Sleep, I think.
Well, okay, maybe that.
I don't snore loud enough to wake myself up. Let's put it that way.
That's the test. If you snore so loud you can't sleep, then something needs to be done.
A problem is in existence. Well, Kara, but some people have tea and then coffee. Like you have coffee after dinner. You have like some tea to sort of finish up, and then you have coffee with dessert.
I mean, look, I'll have throughout the day, I may have coffee and tea, but like in the course of a single meal.
Yeah. Also, you wouldn't really have tea with your meal. You would have.
Well, you wouldn't have. Yeah. So it's one or the other. You know, you finish your meal. It's time for a nice beverage, coffee or tea. You pick one, and then you stir it with whatever fucking spoon you have. You don't need a separate.
Or you just take the fork and you upend it. You use the handle of the fork to stir it.
Hey, there you go. Now see that?
Look at that. American ingenuity.
Ingenuity. Exactly.
Don't forget your soup spoon.
Too many spoons, man. Well, sounds like you're working for your silverware drawer, man. So anyway.
So what are we watching tonight, Steve? Tell us about it. I don't know anything about it.
Well, you have it queued up though, right?
I have it queued up, yes. But
By the way,
know it's a continuation.
255 AD, I know of the Mitchell and Webb sketch. I love all of those where David Mitchell plays the snobby guy at whatever job it is. So there's like, he works in a shop, he's a waiter. My favorite is where he's a priest. It's fantastic. But yeah, I'm familiar with the sketch. It's really funny. Okay, so we are watching. This is a Deep Space Nine week, and we are watching. Actually, it's the second half of a two-parter because the last time we watched Deep Space
The
Nine,
first half of two-parter.
we watched In Purgatory Shadow, which leaves off on a bit of a cliffhanger, and tonight we are watching By Inferno's Light, which is season 5, episode 15, and is the second part of that story. So if you have not done so already, you might want to go ahead and
Cue that
cue
sucker
that
up.
up and have it paused at 0. We are watching the recap, the last time on Deep Space Nine recap at the beginning. So just have it ready to go at 0, and we'll be
I don't know if it's
watching very
SSB
shortly.
Ohio or Ohio. Soup spoon versus bouillon spoon. No.
Discuss.
You don't use a spoon with bouillon. You sip bouillon. Like bouillon is for sipping.
Yes, because it's broth. There's nothing in it.
Nice. It's nice. Just
It's
flavor.
Yeah.
If it's made
so
well.
good.
So yeah. So cue it up at 0, all the zeros, and then get ready because he has to be in control of things. Well, he tries to be in control of things. Anyway, so when Steve says 3, 2, 1, play, you all click play at the same time. If you're
That's
a little
right.
bit off, no biggie, because up here we will have the magic number. So you just make your number match our number or kind of close, and you'll be just fine.
There you go. Easy as pie.
Well, easy as eating pie. I'm not so good at the making of pie.
Well, you just go to the bakery and buy one.
Good point.
Kirak with a super chat I'll mention right before we start. I think yesterday's video might be your most contentious video ever, and I say that with kindness. I mean, if that's your opinion, that's fine. Trump and Vance lie about immigrants because that's their whole shtick. That's all they've got. Is that contentious? I don't see how that's terribly contentious, at least for people here on the left. Maybe for Republicans, they're like, how dare you say that? But
here's the thing. That's not their only shtick. They've got hate all over the place.
That's true, but it's, they're really leaning on the anti-immigrant.
They're very liberal with their hate.
Very nice. So, would you like Dana to give everybody? Did you do that already?
Yes, no, you did. You just then the time and all that good stuff.
Okay. Sorry, I was double checking what my video yesterday was so I could respond to Kira. I was like, what was my video yesterday? Was it very contentious?
You weren't listening to me?
So. No, I spaced out. Oh, the Star Trek V video. Oh, okay. Well, that's today's video. Yeah. Although it did come out at midnight, so I guess if you saw it late last night, you think of it as yesterday's video. I don't see how that's contentious either. I didn't say it was good. I just said it was better than the worst. And I do like watching it, even though it is a bad movie. I do genuinely enjoy watching Star Trek V. Okay, here we go, everybody. Get ready. We're going to do this now. This is really happening.
Woohoo!
So I'll count us in from 3, like Dana said. And we'll watch Deep Space Nine by Inferno's Light. So get ready. Are you ready?
I mean, I have a lamp, but okay.
Well, you have the Inferno nearby in case the bulb goes out. Okay. You don't feel like changing it,
Good point.
Yeah, Snake Big Cat, I deep spaced out. Okay, ready? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play. Kara, yes, this is the recap. Bum, bum, bum. Hi, Tammy. Glad you could make it. We just started the episode.
So this is like in the middle of the season, or a little bit past the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Tammy, I'm so glad you get to join us. And by hero, we mean dumbass.
Shh. Bum, bum, bum.
Um, weren't you just the one saying about waiting for the orders?
Yeah. Now all of a sudden Kira's like, kill him, kill him, kill him. David, I was going to say that, but I didn't want to talk over it because I just shushed Dana for talking over it, and I didn't want to be a hypocrite. So I let the airplane joke go. That's the sacrifice I made.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
That is how much Steve loves DS9.
I just didn't want you to miss any pertinent information because you've never seen this. See? So really, I was doing it for you.
Oh. Yeah, vaporize him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that guy. I love the also starring bit. Okay. I mean, there's got to be all kind. Yeah.
Because Avery's the star. Avery Brooks is the star. And then the rest of these
like
peons
starring
are
this person, this person, also starring this person, this person, this person. So like, is it better to be like the third or fourth person in the starring, or is it better to be like the second person in the also starring?
Oh no, it's better to be starring than also starring.
Even if you're lower in the starring?
Yes. It's better to be better it's better to rule in hell than to serve in heaven. You know, it's better to be like the third listed star than the first listed also star.
And all of this is negotiated with the union, of course.
This is all contract. Yeah, it's usually defined in a contract.
Contractual.
Yeah, like yeah.
So the
That's
also
true. Azalea
starring
makes the and if you now yeah the exception is if you are the last one and it's and that's extra special. That's prestigious.
How prestigious though?
Well, they usually only they usually only do it for guest stars, and it's almost always the biggest, most prestigious guest star that gets it.
Are they going to avenge someone?
Garrick's like, well, bye.
Sucks to be y'all. Subservient. Oh, wait.
Speaking of
Sorry.
signs of a dystopia, if the leader is on giant TVs in public spaces all over the fucking city, you're probably living in a dystopia.
Big Ducat is watching you. David Sidgwick, exactly. Boop, boop, boop.
Vader time.
Azalea, I'm guessing that's rhetorical because I'm guessing you've seen this before. I think it's not that, David and Azalea. Oh, that's nice. I would think it's to make them paranoid.
Yeah. Although it is also, I think, to deflect suspicion. So the rules here are kind of like an opposite strap match in wrestling, where instead of having to touch all four corners to end the match, you get knocked down and you have to touch a corner to keep it going. Spill Cobb, yeah, wasn't he Raish? I think Alexander Siddig was Raish Al Ghul in Gotham, wasn't he? He was pretty good. I agree. I wasn't a big fan of Gotham, but some of the performances were good, and I thought he was pretty good from what I remember. Oh, don't give me that workplace safety crap.
Just because I can doesn't mean I will.
Snake Bit
Oh,
Cat, yeah.
HP
Well,
Haga. Um, yes.
we're not
HP
watching the
Haga,
next one in line, right? We're skipping.
and also
Yeah,
we're not watching one next week.
that's right. Well, because we're not watching anything next week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after the episode. Well, he said that too. He always says that.
Mm.
Wake it up inside. sign your name and raise it from the dark. So apparently all you have to do is put your thumbprint anywhere on the damn screen.
Well, Volcata, I hope it was a pleasant surprise. Really? Because I thought they were, pretty regular.
No, the tide goes in, the tide goes out. You can't explain that.
You just did. It goes in and then it goes out. What's to explain? He scowls for no apparent reason, except that we're going to commercial.
Oh man, he tried to Kali Ma him.
What happens if you pick somebody up and you throw them out of the ring? Do they lose?
I don't know.
Yes, because you can just rationalize yourself away from a phobia. It's so easy.
Maybe it would help if we sang a song. Come on, sing. Row, row, row your boat.
Only the penitent man will pass. Penitent man. Only the penitent man will pass. Well, I'm a Klingon. What do you expect? I'm crap at lying. Please let me out.
David C. Drake, you got ahead of me, man. I've got a Princess Leia joke coming up in a little bit. Gare? Hey, Gare. I peed.
Dun, dun, dun. Go, buddy. How you doing, man? Oop. Never give up, never surrender.
No, Captain Cisco, I expect you to die.
Into the mystery. Swearing is the first step on the road to the devil's front door. That's my line.
Can I think about this?
The choice is up to you. The choice is up to you. Yo ho, yo ho. Sorry. Stab that button, Captain.
That's the Star Trek version of an angry hang-up. He kept fighting even after he got kicked in one of his dicks.
You got me on that one.
That is Bond, Kara, yes. Goldfinger. Right? It is Goldfinger, yeah. I've slept off my claustrophobia.
And he has such a nice voice. Kirak, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope everyone's okay.
God, I'm good.
feel so much better now.
Azalea, right? A reference to people having sex? What if kids are
What?
watching? Right here, motherfucker. Let's go. Well,
For you.
they've swapped their culture's catchphrases. Now let's get it on.
Oh, they have?
Today's a good day to die.
Oh,
Victory is life.
not. See, I was thinking you meant they were saying each other's catchphrases. It was like they didn't switch.
Oh no,
That's
they've
the
each, they each said their own. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I understood what you meant. So it just took me a minute to catch up.
I love that they're checking under the mattress like he would be hiding under the mattress on a cot.
It's a metal thingy. I don't know. Maybe he just, gets bored and uses it to,
you know, he's into some kinky shit.
David C. Drake, I have no problem with admitting when Steve is not wrong. It's
theoretically.
Just, when it happens, I will be fine. And I'm not too proud to admit it.
Yes, when you happen upon such a winter rose.
Dun dun dun.
Gosh, I hope there are no important characters on that one.
Exactly, Azalea Jane. Dun dun dun. Fighty, fighty, fighty. Background Goblin number 2 didn't have a last name.
Nope. Princess Leia, no! Yeah. I like when Bashir gets to kill people.
Why?
Because he's a doctor. He knows how to do it. Car, I'm sorry. I was reading your chat message and I fell asleep as soon as I got to the word Silmarillion.
But you know how to say it.
Ah, so they're doing the Rocky ending. Take that, Jem'Hadar, who came to respect Worf.
I don't feel so good. Yes, Frank, we're watching an episode. Dun, dun, dun.
That's probably not good.
Yankee, 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 Yankee. Thank you for that exposition. Aw, a little bit of chewing there.
Yeah.
He just like, you can tell when he's chewing it because he just enunciates extra hard.
Yeah.
Don't hug me so tight.
I'm still pretty beat up.
He actually paid attention to other people. Why are you assuming there was an exit strategy? I'm so confused.
Yeah, I think it was a suicide mission. I don't think there was an exit
Yeah.
strategy. Yeah. Thumbprint. He thumbprinted a completely different part of the screen that time.
Oh, Steve. He can't find a better man. My bad. Whoopsie. Oh, he admits it.
Yes.
I did for love.
Bum, bum, bum. Well, there we
I'll
have
take
it.
your word for it. I didn't know that about the Founders just from the parts that we'd watched.
Well, and I think that's a little bit of, I mean, like they're make believe people. their attributes change with the needs of the story. I
The
mean,
story demands. Yeah, but I mean,
yeah,
there should be I would think there would be something just like in characterization. Like if Work was like, halfway through the episode, he's like, you know what, I'm tired of this. I give. We'd be like,
but that's an
what?
individual character, not an
Yeah,
entire
and that's true.
alien race. And also, I mean, like even you mentioned Worf, like even with the Klingons, who I think are the most sort of frequently depicted aliens in Star Trek, and they're the ones that I think we know the most about in terms of their culture and that kind of thing. They've made changes to them, like it used to be, and it depends on the story. Sometimes Klingons don't take prisoners. Other times they do. Sometimes we even saw it in the first half of this episode, the last time we watched it. They previously established that Klingons don't allow themselves to be taken prisoner. They're supposed to kill themselves if they're captured.
Oh,
but you couldn't have that because then you
Whoopsie.
couldn't have Martok be there. When Worf and the others showed up at the college, so they made up this new thing.
Not only that, but
well, we don't kill ourselves. We don't kill ourselves as long as there's still a chance for escape. Oh, okay, there's a loophole, but they made that up.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but then Worf would have had to kill himself, and then he would have been gone.
Yeah. And Worf tried to kill himself enough times on TNG. We don't need him trying to kill himself on Deep Space Nine too.
No, that was the writers trying to kill him. Oh yeah, the okay, something solids. Where was that I saw?
What are you looking for?
No founder would give up his life for the mundane affairs between solids. You're assuming that the mundane affairs between solids was the issue there. That's completely tangential to them. Whatever. My understanding was that the founders wanted to establish a foothold. They were trying to clear out this space so they could move in. Solids schmolids didn't care at all. Didn't care at all.
Well, and not only clear out the space, but
as resources.
Not only clear out the space, but they want to conquer the Federation. And there was a big Federation fleet that would have been wiped out if that sun had gone supernova.
Yeah, but
it would have been a huge blow against the Federation.
Not in terms of but my understanding is that they're kind of like the Q. They don't see them as people. It's more like it's more like mowing the lawn. That's you just clear it out because that's otherwise the HOA is going to come after your butt. It's just kind of a pain.
The galactic, the interplanetary HOA.
You knew going in that there was an HOA, and that's part of the deal. Okay, uphold your bargain.
And and I like what Spielkopf saying they wouldn't sacrifice. I think that's a silly thing to say. How do you know they wouldn't? They wouldn't sacrifice one of their own. They're made up people. They're acting in service to the story. In this story, they were willing to sacrifice one of their own for a plan that would have dealt a horrific blow to the Federation and the Klingons and the Romulans. So instead of saying that's a stupid plan, they wouldn't do that, I feel like you should say, okay, they apparently are willing to do that if the circumstances call for it. Now we know something more about this made-up group of people in this made-up show.
Philip, no, Spielkopf, that is not fair. That's like saying you know much about people like me because you know about Donald Trump. Please don't do that. No, not okay.
Yeah. 255 AD, I don't see how he could have gotten away. They said after the Defiant stopped the bomb from being delivered, I think they said pretty definitively if the star had blown up, it would have taken out, it would have taken everything out for light years around. So, unless he had a little warp speed jetpack that he was going to strap on and zoom away.
IDK.
I don't see how he could have gotten away. I think he was going to fly that. And plus he was flying it into the sun. So the ship was going to be destroyed regardless. The ship wouldn't have been able to survive flying into the sun. It was supposed to fly in the sun and blow up and then blow the sun up. So no, I think it was a suicide mission.
Yep. All right. Can we do the theme about? And then call it a night?
The not Wordle?
The not Wordle. Let's do that.
Let's play some not Wordle, also known as Wordmaster. So, we used to play Wordle. We don't play Wordle anymore because the New York Times.
On the New York Times. Yeah.
But we play this suspiciously similar substitute called Wordmaster that you are seeing on your screen right now. Same game, same rules, and we play it the same way, which is that Dana is not seeing...
No idea what's going on!
Is not seeing the Wordmaster board. She's going by
Right.
my descriptions of where the letters are and such, but Dana takes
And
the
what y'all
lead.
say in
And
chat?
right, so we're playing as a group. Please feel free to
Yep.
play along with us in the chat. Throw in your guesses and suggestions, and we will
No.
hopefully.
Well, no, that's right. We can't really say because it's
There
not
really
daily.
aren't
Never
spoilers
mind.
anymore because it's a random
Which is
puzzle.
kind
But
of
yeah,
nice.
so
So we're all going in cold.
that's right, and we're going to work together and then hopefully solve this fucking thing. So,
Hopefully.
Dana, shall we begin?
Yes, let's go with the starter we usually use.
Heart.
With heart, yes.
Heart, and that's a pretty good one this time. It gives us the A and the R both in the correct place.
Sweet.
But no H, no E, and no T.
Nothing else. Well, then let's go ahead and check out lions and see what that gets us.
Lions. Oh shit, we're doing really good. I don't want to jinx it, but we're doing pretty good. So lions gives us the L and the N, but they are both in the wrong place.
Okay. So was it the E and the R or the E and the A?
The A and the R. So it's something,
so obviously
something, AR something.
What about, well, it couldn't be learn.
Right.
But it could be ARN. The RN would be
the N could be the last
be a
letter,
nice cluster. So, and there's an L in there someplace. So, or no. What about no? It couldn't be snarl.
It could be gnarl. It could be gnarl.
Yep.
GNARL. It couldn't be snarl because there's no S, but it could be
no
gnarl.
S. Yeah. I don't think it could be.
I see people in the chat saying gnarl as well.
It can't be alarm because we need an M, David. Hang on.
Well, no, yeah, right. It can't. You're right.
We need the M. We need the N.
There's an there has to be an N, so it can't be alarm.
ARN. Feels like it ought to be. Or N. N. Yep. I think gnarl is probably about the best.
You want to give
gnarly
gnarl
is
a try?
Too long, Kara. And Empire Jeff. Yeah, let's give gnarl a try.
Let's try gnarl. GNARL. That's it.
Although, hey, go us!
It's
You're so
gnarl.
amazing.
Good job, everybody who said gnarl, including me.
Yay, us. All right, so we're off for a while.
Yes, so we are not doing a show for the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
And it's all Dana's fault.
Yep, it's my fault.
It's all Dana's fault. But
I will.
So we're taking the next 2 weeks off, and when we come back, we will be watching Deep Space Nine again because we're flipping it so we can time it right with another live stream we want to do
on Friday
coming up soon. But yeah, so we're taking 2 weeks off, and the next time you see us, we will be watching Deep Space Nine, and it will be a big episode. Not that
Another
these last two
one?
weren't. Not big in terms of like the big like Dominion story, but in terms of character development and stuff like that. And it's Dr. Bashir, I presume, is the episode.
Can't you check next? You don't have to presume. You can just like look it up.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's him, but that's
okay.
But the title of it is Dr. Bashir, I presume.
Oh, okay. Thank you for explaining.
The title of the episode is Dr. Bashir, I presume.
Thank you for explaining.
You're welcome.
So, next week, no show for this, but there is a show next week.
Oh, yeah. I'm next week. I'm still doing my Ask Away. Yeah.
Ask Away.
That's correct.
And I'm going to be popping in just for a smidgen right at the very beginning. So I need to start thinking about my question like now, so that when you turn that on Monday, I'll be like, send it right in. Because I'll have like maybe 15 minutes where I can
answer it early when you see it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll have to skedaddle because your next Ask Away is my opening night. Oh, Lordy. So.
But it sounds like from what you've told me about rehearsals and stuff, it sounds like it's going very well. And it should be obviously break a leg, but it should be a good show.
It was, but one of our leads is in the hospital.
In the hospital?
Yeah, our we're doing Anna Green Gables, and I did get an email from the director, our Matthew, which is Anne's a girl who's adopted by an older couple.
Yeah.
And Matthew and Marilla. And Matthew was not feeling well at rehearsal last night, and he is in the hospital. So we're hoping that, well, hopefully, what I'm hoping is he's just being extra careful. Going to the hospital, they'll be like, okay, here, we'll fix you up. And he comes back and everything's great. That would be really nice. We'll see.
We will. We will. I hope so.
So yeah, knock wood, cross your fingers, break all of the legs, and metaphorical legs, mind you.
Yes. Cara, yes, we are still having the live monthly chat. That will be on the 29th.
Last Sunday of the month. That either, because I will have a show then too. Actually, nope, the call's at 1, so I would have to, I mean, I could be there for part of it, but I'll probably just kind of take it easy because we're doing 2 on Saturdays. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming. Don't forget to check out the description for a lot of organizations that you can support, as well as charitylinks.page, which has links to GoFundMe's and such for friends of ours and associates who could use some financial help, and helping people is good.
Yes, indeed.
And then also don't forget that if you are a patron of Steve's or a channel member here, then you can send in a question for Ask Away for next week.
That's right.
You seem to be very concerned about that, but I thought you were ready for it.
I was just being a goof.
Oh, okay. As usual. Yes. And if you're not a patron or a channel member, you should be. So click the button, ding the bell, all that good stuff. Yeah. Like and subscribe. That's it. Right?
Like and subscribe.
That's what we say here in YouTube land.
That's what we say in the YouTube business. Like and subscribe, folks. All right. Thanks for being with us.
Ding the bell.
Thanks for being with us, everybody. We'll be back for another one of these in 3 weeks, because we're taking 2 weeks off. But I'll see you a week from Friday for Ask Away. So yeah, take care, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your week. And we'll see you later.
Bye.